Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the episode of SciFlick. My name is Chris. Let's get into all the movie news we need to dive in here today. We've got a lot to discuss here. One, we're going to be catching up on all this DC news, even touching upon the little conspiracy fans are having about why there's so much news coming out. A new Transformers movie in the works, no joke. This is the third one in development. We also have the first person who has watched Scream 5, good old 5 Cream, and their spoiler-free review. It's pretty interesting. We're gonna get into all that along with so much more, so I'm gonna need you movie fans to give me your opinions down below. You know how it works. That comment section is built for you guys, and I try to get to as many of you as I can. But first, I want to go ahead and say thank you for today's sponsor, and that is NordVPN. You guys gotta thank NordVPN for letting them make more news happen. Most of you guys already know what NordVPN is, but it's a virtual private network that allows you to safely browse the internet. I know my favorite thing that I love to use this for right now is to get on adult Disney Plus. That's right, for some reason in the US, I can't browse the adult section of Disney Plus, but here you can download the app on your phone or on your desktop, switch your VPN over to somewhere where it is available, like the UK, and then when you go back onto Disney Plus, you're allowed to see some of the more mature content they're offering on their platform. Or heck, you could even do the opposite. If you're not loving some of the movies or TV shows over on international streaming services, you can use a VPN to put you back on US territory. That way you can browse all your favorite streaming services. So please go to NordVPN.com/3CFilms or use code 3CFilms at checkout to get a 2-year plan plus 1 additional month. You really have nothing left to lose. It's a great service that I do use and can come in handy to protecting your information. So again, NordVPN.com/3CFilms or code 3CFilms to get a 2-year plan with an additional month for free. Thanks again for the sponsor of this video. Y'all call me Fatty Elon Musk. I gotta make that Elon Musk money, alright? So a lot has been going on in the movie world. One thing I definitely want to quickly catch up you guys on is, yes, you probably already heard by now, but a lot of movie dates have been shifted, specifically some Disney ones. Just looking at it right here on your screen, showing you some dates that have moved on here. Some movies like Cruella are now going to be available on Disney Plus and theaters on the exact same day. Surprise, surprise, Black Widow as well will be on Disney Plus and theaters on the same day, July 9th. Interesting fact about this is since it's moving to July 9th, this will make it then the first time in history since Iron Man 1 that we don't get a Marvel movie for 2 years. Not really feeling the withdrawals though now that we have WandaVision and Falcon the Winter Soldier, so that's alright. And the other movie I definitely wanted to bring up is Spiral from the Book of Saw moved up a week, so that'll be coming out to us May 14th, 2021. That's a movie I know a lot of y'all probably forgot about, but I'm still hyped to be in that Saw world. Just want to catch you guys up on that. Some of the more official news we got going on. All this DC stuff, okay? There's a huge conspiracy amongst fans why we have gotten so much DC news in the past couple of days. Fans are really believing that all of last week, that started off with Monday with the CEO of Warner Brothers doing a lengthy interview about the future of their company. The question they answered in particular was that the Snyder universe is dead and that they're not going to continue it, that Justice League movie was the end of it, but fans were not having it. Every day of that week, they made Restore the Snyderverse trending, and people think because of this, Warner Brothers went ahead and released so much movie news to try and hide that hashtag away. I don't know if I believe it or not, but some of these coincidences, like, come on now, they released a lot. First thing they went ahead and showed us is a lot of the casting choices for the Flash movie here. So not only did they show us the replacement for Barry Allen's father in the movie that'll now be played by Ron Livingston. It's really sad that they're replacing the father here, especially when in Zack Snyder's Justice League, he became a much more vital character, and I really felt the heart between him and Ezra Miller in those scenes. That damn sucks that they had to replace him, but it's scheduling conflicts, and they've already delayed this movie so many times. I'm sure the actor will do fine in his role. They also went ahead and casted a young Barry Allen to be in the movie, so we're definitely getting flashback scenes, most likely seeing how Barry Allen's mom was killed. They also added the actress Arasi Monica Jackson and former Vine celebrity Rudy Mancuso, who was kind of a bit of a shock. No hate against him, man. Anytime these internet celebrities get to be on the big screen, good for them. I applaud you here, but caught me off guard. Some people are even thinking these could be some smaller bad guys in the movie. If not, these could just be Barry Allen's friends in the film. They're like quirky little partners that they hang out with. From there, the DC news continued on with a banger here for Black Adam, the final cast member for the Justice Society of America, the older version of what essentially is the Justice League for their time that is going to be battling Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in his movie. They got Pierce Brosnan, former James Bond, to play Dr. Fate. I gotta say, that is some amazing casting right there for the character of Dr. Fate right here. Now, if you're not too familiar with this character, this is basically DC's version of Doctor Strange, even though Dr. Fate was created before Doctor Strange here, but he's just a very powerful sorcerer, one of the most powerful people in the DC comics. I think they have an amazing lineup right here of the Justice Society of America with Hawkman, Atom Smasher, Cyclone. Would not be surprised if DC is thinking about making a solo spin-off movie with just the Justice Society of America, because I'd be down for that. Restore the Snyderverse was still trending, so they also went ahead and let us know who the writer of the Static Shock movie will be, because that's right, we are still getting a live-action Static Shock film being produced by Michael B. Jordan, and they have it here that the writer of the movie Safety that was on Disney Plus that got really great reviews is going to be written now by Randy McKinnon. Seeing that the man has already produced something that has gotten a lot of praise has me thinking that the film is in good hands, especially since the movie Safety was really praised upon its characters and the heart of the film, which is something I feel would be needed in the Static Shock world. So that's still happening. Really awesome they got him there. Can't wait for this movie because I did grow up watching Static Shock. Not only that, they also announced a Static Shock Funko Pop coming up, so he gonna be here soon. And then, of course, probably the biggest thing of that week, they dropped the Suicide Squad trailer, which I did do a trailer breakdown if you guys want my full thoughts on that. Really like that King Shark stole the show for me, and I can't wait to see this movie because it looks like a lot of fun. But that is the DC news that was all just being thrown at our faces. And my question is to you, not only what did you think of this DC news, which one was your favorite piece of DC news to come out of all of this, and do you think at all there is a conspiracy that Warner Brothers was just throwing this DC news to kind of calm down the Restore the Snyderverse people? Because look, I would love a Justice League 2, but there are some sides of Restore the Snyderverse that are kind of making me mad and not wanting to be part of that group, especially because they're review bombing Godzilla vs. Kong on IMDb. Basically, if you go on there, there's tons of reviews that are 1 stars and saying Restore the Snyderverse because they want to teach Warner Brothers a lesson for canceling that universe. Not only that, something even much worse. Warner Brothers made a post in support of Stop Asian Hate due to recent events in the news, and literally all the comments are just Restore the Snyderverse when Warner Media is trying to bring attention to a very important cause. And it's just like, ugh, I want to support you guys. I want to be part of it, but you do stuff like this and no one wants to continue helping you out in your cause. So give me your guys' opinion on that, but come on, let's keep it civil here. We're movie fans, we know better. Moving on to some other big movie news that has happened in the past couple of days here that I wish I could be more part of this fan group here, but I'm definitely bringing it up because I got a lot of DMs that you guys want to hear about this. Deadline is reporting that Sony and PlayStation Productions is developing a Ghost of Tsushima movie with John Wick, Chad Stahelski directing it right here. I unfortunately just never had the time to buy Ghost of Tsushima. It's definitely a game I wanted to get into, but I just be so busy making videos for you guys, cranking them out. I don't really have time to dive deep into this, but now they're making a movie from the director of John Wick. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely want to see this because those John Wick movies have been nothing but pure gold, and you just know the action sequences are gonna live up to it. If you guys aren't too familiar with this video game, let me go ahead and read some details here for you. The game is developed by Sucker Punch Production and published by Sony Interactive Entertainment and centers around a samurai warrior, Jinsaki, the last surviving member of his clan, who must set aside the traditions that have helped shaped him as a warrior to wage an unconventional war for the freedom of Tsushima. This game was not only praised for its mechanics, but its storytelling right here, and with games like that, they're most likely going to be translating well to the big screen. But you guys hear about this. If you play the Ghost of Tsushima game, do you think this will make a great movie? Or if you're someone who hasn't played the game, would you even be interested in this coming from the John Wick director? Moving on to something that probably everyone has heard about and it has a little bit of insight into is the Transformer universe. And guess what? We got another damn Transformer movie in the works, y'all. It's being reported here by The Hollywood Reporter that new Transformer movie in the works from Charm City Kings filmmaker Angel Manuel Soto. In the article, they have it here listed that Paramount Pictures has made a blind script commitment to develop a new feature based on the popular Hasbro brand. Let me read that to you again. They have committed to developing a feature based on a blind script, so they don't even know what the story is, what this movie is, but they're like, here's the money, here's the director, here's the writer, give us that film. Alright, Michael Bay ain't in part of this, so let's see how it goes. Now, I'm mentioning that how there's another Transformer movie in the works. That's because this is about the third film we've heard that Hasbro and Paramount are currently in development for their Transformer series. Let me round them up for you guys. One, we're getting a sequel to the Bumblebee movie, so that's going to be set in the Bumblebee universe. Then we're getting a rebooted Transformers movie that'll deal with the Beast Wars storyline based on the popular 90s TV show that every time I talk about, some of you real diehard Transformers fans are real excited about. And then they have a CG animated Transformers movie in the works that'll also be coming out. Now we got this spin-off movie that who knows what it's gonna be about, okay? The Transformers world is obviously very vast and can be filled with probably a lot of stories. With something like this, I would think, let's get off Earth, man. Let's set it all on Cybertron. Let's deal with these planets of these robots. Essentially, I feel like this will be a spin-off, that all those other movies I listed are probably part of the main canon, while this one will just be doing its own thing. You guys hear about this? What would you want the story to be for this spin-off Transformers movie? What would be something cool that they have not done before? Now moving on to some horror movie news here that I'm definitely excited to talk about, because it's been a while since I've brought up good old Scream 5. I almost made this its own separate video, but I think I want to wait for that when they release an actual poster or teaser, which will most likely be happening sometime this summer. But either way, we have the spoiler-free review of someone who has already seen Scream 5 thanks to an early screening, because it looks like he just knows people in Paramount, and reading through this thing, you can feel it's legit. It's not a guy just chasing clout. Also, the post was deleted right away mysteriously, which also usually means the makers of Scream 5 got to this fella. So again, not spoiling anything, this guy's general thoughts. I made the promise, even if the killer is revealed through leaks and stuff, never making a video on that, because I want to be surprised for Scream 5. So right here, reading it off to you guys, he starts off by saying, Matt and Tyler screened this first RAF cut for the studio recently. I was present, approximately 25 people were in the room. I'm not risking doxing myself, so please don't ask who, when, where, why, how, which obviously makes sense. But he goes on to say, it's very effing good. Even though there's still work to be done, more edits, ADR, grading, the studio notes were minor, and there won't be reshoots. That is amazing news right there, and does fall in line with an early screening like this, even for something like Scream 5, because I have seen many early screenings where stuff was not finished in the movie, and they do this to test stuff to see if there needs to be reshoots, and the fact that they said no reshoots lets them know they're very happy with this final product. Continuing on, he says, Ghostface is menacing, stealthy, but also very brash. The whodunit element is played to perfection, and it's a great motive. The meta lens is quite unique and very fun. There's some great commentary on gender roles. This film is deserving of Wes's legacy. The OGs have purpose, but it also has great world building with room for sequels. That is amazing to hear right there, that the whole mystery element of the Scream 5 movie is actually there. They keep in the whodunit element. They're keeping some of the meta vibes of being a horror movie. Now, the part I love the most is where it says it's worthy of Wes Craven's legacy. Also, the fact that the original cast members, Neve Campbell, David Arquette, and Courtney Cox, have purpose in the movie and room for sequels. Yeah, of course they're gonna want to make sequels. They didn't bring this movie back, just call it Scream, so they wouldn't make sequels. Last couple things he says here, this really has the potential to reboot slashers just as the original did. It's innovative and will have people talking. I will also say that 95% of the spoilers I've seen floating around here are dummy. Ending it off with a quote I'm assuming comes from the movie right here. So here's our first line of dialogue that Ghostface will be saying in the movie. When are you effers going to learn? This is my story. I make the effing rules. So that's one way to know if this review comes true. If when we see the trailers start popping up online and you hear that line in the trailer, then yes, this man was telling the truth. He wasn't BSing us. I feel like it's pretty bold of him to put a quote from the movie in his review, because then that would obviously mean he's faking it. And that definitely sounds like an amazing Ghostface line, and I can't wait to hear Roger L. Jackson say that. Also, the fact right here that he said 95% of the spoilers that we've seen floating online are fake is also great, because the directors themselves said that they purposely made fake scripts, fake spoilers, put them online to throw people off. So even if you see any spoilers floating around, which some people saying there are spoilers and some people got to actually see the movie, which I don't even want to dig in for that, just know you could have read a fake, but don't go looking for them. Don't want to ruin the movie for you. This review only pumps me up to see Ghostface. I can't wait to start making more Scream 5 updates for you guys. Putting on my Ghostface outfit. Look, I got the mask right here. It's ready to go. What do you guys think of this review right here? Do you buy it? Do you like what he's saying? Are you still looking forward to Scream 5, or are you not interested in the slasher franchise at all? But that is all the movie news I currently have going on for you guys right now. I want to thank you so much for staying and watching this video, going all the way through. If you didn't skip around story to story, you are the real MVP. You make me happy. Also, if you didn't see yesterday, I posted a video about Sonic Movie 2. We got some set photos and set videos of the Sonic sequel with a lot of great details. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and check it out. But hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Subscribe, please. I'm begging y'all. Trying to hit 400K for the end of the year. But as always, my name is Chris. Take care.